Man, why do I always get stuck in traffic? Well, since I'm stuck in traffic, I guess we could talk about something. What we're gonna talk about is racism stuff that people are always talking about. And the reason why I wanted to talk about that is because there was this 5 students, white students. They gave a black student a gift, and inside that gift, it was just full of racist shit. I don't know exactly what, but it was just full of racist shit. And so the black student reported them and they got expelled from school. So now they got a lawsuit against the school district for expelling them for that racist shit. So what do you guys think? You think they have a legitimate lawsuit? They're the ones that started that shit. The reason why I want to bring up that subject is because anytime, let me back up a little bit. I've been watching these YouTube channels, black content creators, and I enjoy their content. I'm not racist. I don't care what color you are. You got good stories, I'm gonna tune in. But it just seems like anytime there's something that happens between a black person and another race, these individuals think that the people are racist against blacks, like they hate blacks. Every time little incident happens, oh, it happens because they hate blacks or they're racist against blacks. You know, when I was young, like 5 years old, my best friend was black, and his mom and my mom were best friends. His mom used to babysit me while my mom went to work, and if we did something that got in trouble, and you know, she had the green light to whip my ass, and she did a few times. Anytime my friend got his ass whooped for doing something that we did, I got my ass whooped too. You know, and so this was my best friend, and this was in 1975. And to this day, we still communicate. You know, we're not best friends like that, you know, because we're already getting old and shit. And, you know, I live 30 miles away, but every time we see each other, we chop it up. And both of our mothers already had passed, but yeah, we still go back and reminisce on old things that we used to do, and, you know, as kids, you know, peeking through our neighbor's bathroom window, trying to see our other friend's mom taking a shower, that kind of shit. You know, we were just little kids fucking around. You know, throwing dirt rocks at people and hiding behind a brick wall. We talk about all that shit. We would get into fights, and we have a wrestling match, and the next day we were out playing again. You know, as I got older, I got more black friends. All my friends were black all the way until junior high school. All my friends were black. And we go play sports against other schools, and shit'll pop off, and you know, I'm black. I'm backing up my black friends. You know, my black homies. I don't give a fuck if we're fighting Mexicans or not. You know, but there were times when, you know, other black kids were part of the same crowd, same block. You know, one Mexican kid might get in a fight with one of the black kids, and then somebody jumps in. Before you know it, you have 6, 7, 8 little kids, you know, elementary school kids, fighting each other, blacks against Mexicans. You know, and there was not one bit of hate towards black people. The next day, we all hanging out again. It's just something that would happen. Somebody else would get into a fight with each other, and there you go, blacks against Mexicans. It was like like if we were teams, but there was no race hatred whatsoever. And I just think about that because I hear these black content creators, some of them, not all. You know what? I'm gonna say all of them. Fuck it. And it might piss them off. They might not even see this, but if they do see this, maybe they will. It'll open their eyes a little bit. Shit that happens between different races. It doesn't mean people are racist. It doesn't mean they have hatred towards a black person or white person, an Asian person. It doesn't mean none of that. It's just something that happens everywhere. You know, just like when you have Mexicans, funking with other Mexicans. Obviously, they can't be racist because they're all Mexican. Well, blacks funk with blacks, and they can't be racist because they're all black. But the thing I'm pointing out is, just because somebody gets into it and they're different races, it doesn't mean they have any hatred towards another race. It's just something that happened. It's an isolated incident. Same thing in prison. You know, prison, they have racial riots all the time. Well, I don't know about all the time, but back when I was doing time, it would happen sometimes, not all the time. But most of the people there, they weren't racist. It's just something that happened, and you got to pick a side for that moment. Just like a brother's gonna back up another brother, and I'm not gonna say he's racist because he backed him up. He's backing up his people. It's just something that happens. Obviously, if you have blacks fighting Mexicans, obviously no Mexicans can help the blacks against the Mexicans. No blacks can help the Mexicans against the blacks. That would be fucking outrageous. That'd be fucking. It'll be stupid. First of all, it'll look stupid, and it'll be stupid because now somebody's gonna die over some bullshit. So all this racism stuff that people talk about, it's all brought up upon themselves. Just because things happen, it doesn't mean it happened because another race dislikes you. If I get into it with a white boy right now and we get into a fight, it doesn't mean he hates Mexicans. It doesn't mean I hate whites. It's just something that happened. If he has a white friend and I have a homie with me and we get into it, race has nothing to do with it. I just wish that these people would stop putting race in it all the time. Race don't have to be the reason why something happens every time. Even in prison. Now, I'll tell you the straight up truth. I know some people that they're not racist because they kick it with other races, but they say the N-word, and if they're upset, they'll say, F that N-word, But me, the way I am, I got more black friends than I got Mexican friends. So people that talk like that around me, I'll say, wait a minute, hold up. You're not going to say that when they're around here. So don't say that around me because I got a lot of respect. I got a lot of friends, that are black. So if you're going to say F that N-word, then we're going to have problems. And either they respect it or not. Same thing if it's a black person talking about a white person. Oh, fuck that crack or whatever. I say, wait, hold up. How you gonna say that? And I got friends that are white. Just like I defend you when they say the N-word, I'm gonna speak up for them. Now, if you guys have a problem, you guys deal with it when you guys see each other. I don't want to be in the middle of that. Behind my back, they might say, oh, fuck that motherfucking bean burrito, but that's all good too because that's just funny to me. And it's just the thing that a lot of this racism that people talk about, it's all brought upon ourselves or some of us. Now, I'm not going to say ourselves because I don't bring that shit up. Something happens, it happens. It doesn't mean somebody don't like your race. But I'm out of traffic. I got to get back to work. I just wanted to voice that out. Maybe these guys, you know, maybe it opens their eyes a little bit, opens their mind. You know, think outside the box. Don't just think. You know, don't look at what's right in front of you. You know, you got shit all around you. Look at the big picture, not just what's right in front of you. You know, you'll see a lot difference. I always say that if there's 100 people and we're all looking at the same thing, we all see a different picture. You know, so just think of it like that. It's not about race. Everything doesn't have to be about race. And a lot of this racist shit will go away if people worked on themselves. Don't blame it on race. It's not always about race. The same people that you think hate you got love for you. You know, and I know there's people that people think you hate and you got love for them. If it ain't love, it's respect. Because I heard you guys say it yourself. You respect people. You know, so that's not it's not saying you love people, but when you respect someone, you know, you got some kind of a human feeling for that person. You know, you might not watch them burn in a fire. You might go and, you know, try to put it out with a water hose or something. You know, somebody that hates somebody, you know, hate is a big word. And when somebody's racist, they got hate, you know, and it takes a lot for a motherfucker to be racist. You know, you just got to be a hatred motherfucker. And if there's anyone like that just actually hates somebody because of their skin color or hates somebody because who they are, what they look like, you know, then you got problems. You know, you got problems that you need to work with, you know, work out with yourself. But for the most part, it's not all about race. You know, it's just shit that happens, you know, happens all the time. You know, Mexicans, they hurt Mexicans, blacks hurt blacks, you know, so it's the same thing as that. It's not race. Everybody got a little some respect for everybody. Like I respect all you dudes. You know, if I didn't respect you, I wouldn't watch your channels, you know. But as far as uh anybody else, you know, I could speak for myself, but it's just advice that I'm telling you guys that it's not always about race, and we can go a long way if we look past race all the time. You know, try it, and see how you feel. Let me know. Comment, share this. You know what? Do me a favor and share this. Those of you that listen to it, because a lot of motherfuckers don't even listen to my videos. But if anybody listens to this to the end, share it because people need to hear it. With that, I'm out. I gotta get back to work. I'm just out fucking around. But I'll holler at you guys later. I'm out. Peace.